What's going on, everyone? Dare here, and welcome back to the Stanley Parable. I'm sitting here looking at this menu screen, half expecting zombies to pop out because it has very much a 28 Days Later vibe going on to it. The music's not helping, but either way, you know the drill. Hit that thumbs up button if you enjoy it. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of my content. Let's see what else we got in here. Okay, so I still have yet to actually
co-workers were gone.
Need.
What could it mean?
So I gotta turn it down because the narrator's super loud in my
Perhaps
ears.
he had simply missed a memo.
Meeting today? Has that always been there? Figurine Finders Committee in the meeting room.
Warmth.
Should we go to the meeting room?
Through Stanley's arms. With the bucket
I think
in
we're
his
gonna go to the
arms
meeting
again,
room.
he was home.
What was I saying? Oh, haven't really
Stanley
needed.
touched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not.
Which way is the meeting
directly
room?
to the
I don't
meeting
remember. I was
room.
gonna say I haven't
Stanley
needed to
had
look
felt
up
the bucket calling to him, telling him
anything
that the
yet.
employee
I've been able to just
lounge
like
was simply the place to
naturally
be.
find things.
And
This is the
here
break
it was.
room.
Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was it? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Bucket is
Stanley
wrong.
took the door on his left.
I did.
Go back to, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
So we do need to go down there with the bucket. That is definitely some way for us to go as well. What about what's back this way? Nope, door's shut. Fine, be that way, narrator.
All right, then. Keep your secrets.
Keep your secrets. Okay, so we got the meeting room.
What?
Okay. Oh, there's more. Small floating objects have appeared across the office. We have to synergize our resources to ensure their retrieval. There are many questions. There was no memo from management. How can you tell you spotted one? What makes them float in the air? Who took these pictures of them? All very good questions. So, yeah, we already got the one in the bathroom. Figurines are hard to find. Follow clues provided by employee 416. We can do it. Who's 416? Am I 4? That's creepy. Thank you. Good luck. Can I get some hints? I mean, the bathroom is a dead giveaway, but what about the rest? Can I get source of levitation? Weird spinning figurines. Trust the completionist instinct. Valid. Okay, we need more planks. Warehouse access plan. Produce one plank to allow ease of access past fence. Construct bridge to allow collection of flying float. Retrieve Chris's remains from warehouse floor. Construct new structurally sound bridge. We do need more planks. Can I get a plank? Oh, okay. Mission status. A large room, lots of boxes. Okay, stairs, something to do with stairs, somewhere both red and blue. Shit, where are those doors at? Nearby a fireplace. I know where one is. One is just before the elevator. Gotta collect them all. There will be a reward for finding them all. That's very much... No, the cake is a lie. There's no reward. There's not one in here. We've already delved in the broom closet. But...
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
No, we didn't. Bam! Another one.
Another miniature Stanley
Killing it.
figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes,
I like Stanlerines.
I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Big fan of that. Okay, so we know the other one is past the boss's office before you take the elevator down. And there's one in the conveyor area. I don't know how we're getting to that one yet.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours.
Okay.
He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk?
Is this
All
not
because
different
he
with the
believed
bucket?
Everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something
Yep.
occurred to Stanley. Maybe He thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Yes.
He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these.
Is it, though?
He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket.
What?
Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this.
Wait, where'd my
Who
bucket
knows
go?
what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious.
And now it's normal.
He exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him. Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket. Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next.
Shit.
None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket. Come to me, Stanley.
Are they not?
Find me. He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And
Holy
then
shit!
Suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from.
Inside me
The
all
real
along.
bucket was inside.
God, I
of him
nailed
all
it.
along. It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
I'm dead again. Or at least have a bucket
Mariella
on my
woke
head.
up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Yep.
Right away, she knew what the problem was.
No bucket.
This man had no bucket.
Nailed it.
Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be,
I did not.
Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
Anyway. Okay. Yeah. We already did that meeting. We got another one down, though.
All of his co-workers
Where
were
is
gone.
the red and
What
blue
could it
rooms?
mean?
Or the red
Stanley
and blue
decided to go
doors?
to the meeting room. Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled.
I'm
He'd
trying
never
to
be alone again. Not
is it
truly
down?
alone. Not with the bucket around.
It might be down the
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly
elevator.
to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket
I
calling
also
to him,
need to
telling
go
him that the employee lounge was
the
simply
right
the
way,
place
but
to
take
be.
the exit
And
path.
here it was.
Not
Had
up to the
bucket
boss's
turned out
office.
to be correct? Was this no? Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Can I go in here without getting shut in here? I can always reset if I...
No, said the bucket. Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there.
I don't want to go to the cargo lift. I can't jump anymore. Ooh. Ha! Got him!
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines.
Or
And now
baby.
I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Will it? Okay, can I... Am I just dying here? I think I'm just... Oh, wait. We got a vent. Where's the vent go? What? What? This one appears to be new. Hello? Am I the narrator now?
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there? Camporata.
What?
No. Hard pass.
That escalated quickly. What the hell's a gumbarata? Anyway. Do I want to be messing around with this bucket?
Were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. Where's 416? 416 supposed to be helping out with the figurines.
Just Stanley and the
417.
bucket, off on another thrilling adventure together.
Yeah.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
Red and blue doors.
The door.
The hell is that
the
at?
direct way to the meeting.
Yes, he did.
And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead
Down.
to the opposite door.
Deuces.
Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here.
Are you?
I knew you'd find this place eventually.
What is this? This has changed.
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley.
It's an intervention.
We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content.
Oh, God,
We're
good.
the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line?
No.
We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Is it? Is it though? What's up, baby? Wait. Something about a fireplace. Supposed to be by a fireplace. I may have already... No, I can't go that way. Okay, we have one figurine to find left.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Okay. I mean, it's nice and all, but... We've been here before.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
It's as classic now as it was back then.
All right, you got
Let's
me there.
do
That
it
was
for the
good.
fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this.
Okay.
But if we
I'm
want to
back
do
in.
that, you're going to have to give something up.
No. Back off my bucket, nerd.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket.
No.
That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
I refuse. Holy shit.
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me, it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
No.
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does?
It makes
you don't
more
need me to
buckets.
spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket.
No.
And then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
No.
No. No, I don't think I will.
Turn it off.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying
nothing.
buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters?
Yeah.
Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom
Bucket?
closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket.
I don't think I will.
Quickly now. The fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
No. Goodbye, Bucket Destroyer.
The Bucket Destroyer. My prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now.
Good.
Goodbye, new friend.
Nobody takes my
For the
bucket.
moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Now what? Okay, that was another ending. All right.
All of
Okay.
his co-workers were gone.
I'm gonna find
What
the
could it
figurines.
mean? Stanley
I'm
decided to
pretty
go to the
sure
meeting room.
I know where the
Perhaps
other one
he had
is. I'm not
simply
gonna take
missed
the
a memo.
bucket. Because we know the bucket changes it.
When Stanley
But I'm
came
pretty
to a
sure I remember
set
where the
of
red and
two
blue
open
door
doors,
is.
This was not the correct. Stanley was so bad at following directions.
Okay.
It's incredible
I
he
think
wasn't
the
5
red and blue
years
doors
ago.
is that way. Because the phone is that
Look,
way.
Stanley, I
It's
think
not
perhaps
down
we've
the
gotten off
elevator.
on the wrong
It's definitely
foot
not the
here. I'm not your enemy.
the right
really,
way.
I'm not.
Unless
I realize that
it's
investing
not
your
the
trust
exit.
in someone else can be difficult.
No.
But the fact is
'Cause the
that
exit
story
changes the
has been
narrator.
about nothing but you.
It has to be this
all
way.
This time, there's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are
No.
you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
No.
Why? I don't know how to convince you of
Okay,
this,
where's the red
but
and blue
I
doors?
really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important.
For your hey,
Stanley walked
bam.
through the red door. You're getting close now, Stanley.
One
You've
more.
nearly gotten all of the Figler and Marines.
One
Very
more.
Soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it.
God, I can't wait.
We'll be different people by then.
Yeah, we will.
Different in the sense that we used to have none of them.
And then we have them
now
all.
We have them all.
Yeah.
You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines.
I
None
hate
of us
that.
can.
Now with the Stanley's back. Okay, we've already seen this ending. I'm going to begin the game again. Let's grab our bucket. And let's go get our
All of
last
his co-workers
Figurine.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be... Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Yes, he did. Okay. One more BB. Okay. And we're going up.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket
Have we gone down?
upstairs to the boss's office.
Have we gone down there?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the... But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
I'm quick like that.
The bucket knew all along?
Yes.
Was the bucket guiding him? Yes. This is certainly the most logical explanation.
Ta-da! Give
And
me
there
it!
it is. The last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it.
Fact.
Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So,
Fair.
Instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Valid. Okay. Which I imagine we probably need to go to the meeting room and see if there's anything in there. I mean, it's literally a whole room based around finding them.
Raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Will it, though? Okay, so we're going to go to this.
Bucket walked straight ahead through the large door.
Oh, God, we need to do the escape, too. I've got the escape
facility.
left. See, I'm trying to think what I all have left.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television
I need to go.
screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
I need to go to the escape with the bucket. I need to go down the stairs before the boss's office with the bucket.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs.
Come on, bud. I've heard this 100 times.
Anything like this, and it very nearly
I've heard
burst
this like
into
4
tears
times, but
as Stanley cradled
not
it
the point.
gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machine...
Turn on.
But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls.
Yeah, it did.
Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself?
Yes.
How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds.
What?
Silly birds.
What?
The control buttons became active again.
What?
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another.
But birds
and then
aren't real.
it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, living through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
feel like that would be a good one to end on. There's some pretty depressing endings. That one's probably one of the better ones for Stanley, but okay. I mean, I feel like I'm getting really, really close here. There's only a couple more passageways that I need to go through with the bucket, but let me know. I mean, I don't honestly remember how many endings that I've seen or what we all have left, but are the balloons gone?
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines.
God dang it.
Those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life?
Yeah.
Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness?
No.
Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Fine, narrator. Getting ready to wrap up the episode, but here we go. Down to memory lane. But Stanley found the collectibles. Okay.
Here's where it all began.
Right, the creepy
first
scene.
Collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
7-6, baby. I almost left it. I'm glad I didn't. Bathroom.
And here was a second Stanlerine. You found this one all on your own, just by poking around in the boss's bathroom. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them,
That's
let
fair.
alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
Like I got a report card from school all over again. Okay, so we got...
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini stand? Can you remember?
I found the warehouse one first, but under the stairs is where I picked the next one up. I saw it in the warehouse first, though.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here under the stairs. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
Really? Hey, where am I going?
Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room.
No,
Oh,
I
well,
didn't.
I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
I didn't. That definitely did not happen. Okay, we got the red-blue doors.
This was the 5th mini stand, and this one was really something special. It was by the red and blue doors. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
Oh, God. By the narrator. Oh, man, this screams PowerPoint in 2001. Narrator. Starring Stanley, the narrator. All by himself.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but
It
it
shows.
was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
All right. Last one. Ooh, we got some. Velvet rope? Some curtains? The fireplace?
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine,
Bam!
right here behind the boss's office. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others.
Fair.
Who can truly say how the mind works? All I
doctor?
know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figly and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Yep. Now what? What do you got for me, homie? You are in the present.
And then there was no more. Because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone. No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
I don't wanna. Do I have to? God dang it. Narrator. Sometimes.
Okay, yes. The back of the boss's office. I remember this.
Yeah?
I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind.
Oh my god, are you really gonna do this all over again? I came through the red door, but we're going through the blue door.
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
Unfortunately.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love that video.
Okay. We got the pink room again, even though this is not a real place.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
Is it though? Why an apple? Apples aren't
These
pink.
really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm really regretting picking them all up at this point. Let's go to the warehouse. You won't let me go to the warehouse, huh? You suck, narrator. The hell was that?
This was our second Figly. Don't you remember? Yes,
I do.
I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going. This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the Figurines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Oh, it's this thingy. Okay. Now what? Oh, the jump circle.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on.
Okay.
I remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say, oh yes, the two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
Narrator. And we're back in my room.
And before
Office.
everything else, there was your office.
Yep. Now what?
Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office? There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember.
Video?
Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different.
Were you
I
though?
used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy. And I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction.
Did he, though?
I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good.
What?
I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
What? Time out. Damn it, am I going? Screw it, let's go.
A good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay. Is this a normal run? It doesn't feel like a normal run.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find out. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
What if I go down? I'm so confused. I'm trying to figure out if that is any significance at all, or if that is literally just an ending.
Indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
One eternity later.
And it's back to normal. I have no idea what just happened. Did I do something wrong? I have no idea. But it's back to normal. Either way. I'm so confused. Yeah. So we still have a couple more endings we need to figure out. So I don't know. Let me know down in the comments what I'm missing. Yeah. And hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed it. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of my content. I hope everyone has a fantastic day. I'll see you all in the next one. Check you later.